What up, boils and ghouls, and welcome back to another episode of Creeps with the Crypt, where two old men discuss a series that ended 30 years ago. Used to air on HBO, and nobody asked for this podcast, but we're here to bring it to you. We go back and we review every episode of every season, and right now we're on season 4, episode 11, titled Split Personality. I'm your host, John Long. With me, as always, is my co-host,
Other Alan. Well, glad to be back, guys.
That's right. We're back, and it's been over a month. We were supposed to record this a few times, and every time we were supposed to record it, I was like, I don't want to record. I don't want to record. But yesterday I had a bad day. I don't know. I had like a meltdown. It was like, you ever have one of those, like, you built up all this stress and this anger, and finally, like, you just have to release it, and you just go off, and you release it to like somebody that doesn't even deserve it. So I released it to a friend of mine and just went off. He came over and I was telling him all these things, and he was just like, oh, and he felt bad for me.
You had to unload what you had built up, huh?
Yeah, for other people. But I didn't yell at him. I was just telling him all my problems. I'm like, I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out beyond belief. I think that's the problem why I can't lose weight. I've been trying to lose weight. I've been trying, and I think I'm just so stressed that I can't. And also, I was thinking I had Graves' disease, because I don't know if we talked about that last episode or I told you.
I woke up. You mentioned going to the doctor one time, but I don't remember you mentioning Graves' disease.
Well, I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go last week, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not going." I was like, "I'm not going. I don't care. If I die, I die." So one morning I woke up and my eyeball felt like, kind of like when I got the blood pop vessel, right? The pop blood vessel. But this was different. Like, I woke up and I was like, I just held my eye right away, because it felt like my eyelids were falling behind my eyeball. And I was like, oh my God. I woke up like, if I don't know, I was holding it. And I'm like, if I don't hold it, my eye's going to fall out. Right? I was so nervous. So I had to push my eye back in, and I looked in the mirror and it was okay. And then I looked it up, and then it said kind of symptoms like that, or what it could be. And it said, no, your eye can't fall out of your head. You got muscles there, but this, that. It said, well, sometimes Graves' disease can have that effect. If you have Graves' disease, like your eyelids fall behind your eyeball. And they showed me pictures of it, and it was like the people in the movie Weapons. I don't know if you saw Weapons.
No, not yet. I know you had mentioned watching, and I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, well, that's what they said it looks like. It looks like those guys that are running. Like, you'll see Juan from that movie. I mean, from Doctor Strange, and his eyes are like that when he's running. But I'll show a clip. I'll show a little scene.
It's like the crazies in their eyes, or no, 28 days later, their eyes get like that.
No, Weapons is one. It's but anyway, so then they tell me what causes Graves' disease, or what causes that, the eye thing. That's a Graves' disease, and I was like, well, what causes Graves' disease? So it gave me some stuff, and I was like, I think I have Graves' disease. But then it was like, you're supposed to lose weight if you have Graves' disease, like, and not try to lose weight. Like, you'll eat, and even if you eat more, you lose weight. And I'm like, well, that's not. Obviously, I don't have Graves' disease because I'm not losing weight. But then when I looked into it, they said, no, you can also not lose weight. I'm like, well, this is a guessing game here. So anyway, my eyes were always this big.
Or WebMD.
ChatGPT. That's good, everything. Yeah. So.
I wish. I wish if you did lose weight, it'd be that, or having like a worm in you.
No.
Eating up all your food.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. But yeah, so that's been what's been going on with me this last month. But what about yourself? How you been?
Good. It's just been keeping busy, and on my spare time is just reading some books. I mean, I haven't finished one yet, but I'm going through like I'm going through like 3 or 4 of them in between. But I'm reading them at least. It's just like sometimes, I feel like when you get into the flow, and then you're getting a good amount of chapters done, and then you kind of burn out a little bit from it. So I take a break from it and read a different book, kind of change up the tempo, I guess, because sometimes there's some slow chapters. So it's like, I can't force myself if I'm not feeling it. So I'll come back to it later. So kind of going in between the. I mentioned I was reading the Count of Monte Cristo. That's like one of those books that I feel like I read in school, but I don't know. I don't even remember.
Yeah,
the whole
I read
plot
it in school. But you reading that because I told you to watch Sleepers, and they were talking about the whole movie, the Count, you the real life Count.
Yeah, it was cool seeing that. Yeah, Sleepers. That was another cool movie I got to see last time we had recorded. I think I might have watched it after or before. But yeah, there's the reference. Yeah, the Count of Monte Cristo. So it got me interested to read it more. I think I bought that book before I watched the movie.
No,
and that. From what I remember,
you would have told me.
I think I was
you
just
got it after.
Oh, okay. I don't remember exactly. I have to look back at the timeline. And then I'm looking at yeah, like you were never talking about, because I have two books from Robert Greene, the 48 Laws of Power, and then the Laws of Human Nature. And then you're cracking me up the other day. You sent me I sent you a post of him, and he's like, if I knew what he looked like. He said, if I knew what he looked like, I would have bought his book.
Yeah, I bought the Art of Seduction years ago when I was 20 something, 25. I was like, I'm gonna use this, and then I got that other book that this player, it's like is called the negging. Like he got famous in the 90s because he told people about this technique called the negging, where you give the girl a compliment, but then a backhanded compliment, like or a negative. You neg her first, and then she'll want you more for some reason. So I got that book.
I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of nagging before, but I didn't know it was based on like someone that made up that whole thing in the book.
I think we talked about it on this thing because I remember we're talking about Scott Baio saw him at a bar, and Scott Baio used to, he's a playboy. He had women all the time.
He's like, that's
why I kind of don't believe that thing that happened with him. He was accused of with his co-star. Because first of all, I remember as a kid, like every guy wanted Nicole Eggert, like every kid my age, because she was gorgeous, right? She was in Charles in Charge, and then she was interviewed, and I was alive, and I watched because I was a fan of hers, even when she was on Baywatch. I watched it because of her, and then I was like, oh, these other girls are hotter, but I was like her. Nicole Eggert was like, I remember the first time I saw anything of her, it was after Charles in Charge. It was a movie with Corey Haim, I think. And she gets naked in it. And I was like, oh my God, Nicole Eggert. I was like so excited. Remind you, I'm younger than her, okay? It might not seem that way, but I am younger than her. She was like 14 when I was like 8. So I'm much younger than her. So I was so excited when I saw that as a kid. But anyway, so like I remember her doing an interview and saying clear as day, like no, several times, not just that one. I'm pretty sure I remember several times people asked, because she said she did have sex with him, but when she was an adult. Because I even thought as a kid that was weird. I was like, that's kind of fucking weird. Like Charles is gonna have sex with the girl he's taking care of, Jamie. I was like, ugh. But she said no. She's the one that pursued it too. Like because she actually said she lost her virginity to him. It's like she asked. That's what I remember vividly. She said she asked him. She wanted to lose her virginity. She asked him to do it.
Yeah.
Probably, I think she was 18, 19 at the time. So years later, she said that that is not true. When she was like 50 something years old. And that's when we talked about the kid from Charles in Charge, where he said that he was on set. And we talked about this. I don't think we had video that time, but he had a basketball in his hand on the set, right? So he has a basketball like this. So back when you were a kid, you used to play basketball with guys. You take the ball, you go, hey. And your buddy would look up and toss it, but you wouldn't toss it. You chuck it back at yourself, right? You pretend like you're chucking it at them.
Oh, right.
And then they go, right? So he said he did that to Charles, and Charles had tea on him or something and burned himself a little bit.
He's trying to brace himself.
And Charles said, "You little bleep." And he took the tea and he threw it at the kid's face.
Damn.
And I'm sorry I'm laughing, but I can't imagine this happening in real life. Like a little kid, he's like 13. Like he's like, "Hey, Charles," and he does this, and then Scott Baio just goes and throws the whole hot tea. Supposedly there's a scene, and I found the scene that he had to act in right after, because he says I had to act right after, and you can see my face is all red because I was burnt. I looked at the scene. I go, it's mildly red. It's not like I don't think
it was. Yeah, it's like probably warm. It wasn't even scalding hot.
But I imagine when he got, I imagine his like him acting like Jim Carrey.
No, it's funny putting that image together.
When Jim Carrey puts the soap in his eyes from Liar Liar, and he's like, yeah, he's holding his face. Like, ah! I picture the kid doing that. I was just like, oh man. But anyway, I don't even know how we got to Nicole Eggert. Oh, yeah, we talked. Scott Baio was at a bar with a hot girl because he was a playboy, and the guy that wrote the book, the negging guy, he came over and started talking to the girl, and then Scott was like, "You see what he's doing? He thinks he's gonna go home with my girl, but that's not gonna happen, or he's gonna be with her or something." The guy just negged her the whole night, and then gave her his number when Scott wasn't looking, and yeah, that night he didn't, but the next day she called him. She called the guy, the negger guy. I mean, people are gonna take this podcast episode with I'm saying the negger. They're gonna think I'm saying something else. Great episode, John. Might have to delete all this, keep it exclusively.
Put it in the Patreon for the locals.
We're not doing nothing with either of them. Anyway,
no, it was funny because I've heard of that method, but I never personally tried it. It just doesn't seem like. It doesn't seem like it's gonna work. You have to be very.
It kind of does work.
Very, very specific.
I've tried it. It does work. You have to say it depends. Has to be it can't be a neg like, oh, you smell like shit. Hey, you want to go out? It can't be like that. It's gotta be like.
I guess not that. That would be me. Just like you smell like shit. I go to the extreme route.
You go to a girl.
Work for me,
right? And you look at her, you find a flaw, and you go, you have the cutest overbite I've ever seen. It's adorable.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, thank you. But she's like, what the fuck?
Like, that she's conscious about
I'm not
it.
perfect. But that's if you like super hot girls. Because if it's like a regular girl, she probably heard stuff all the time. So, I mean, like, it's for girls that are like, models.
Yeah. Like if you try to come at a Latina girl that, they usually have a little hairier arms. So I was like, oh, you probably point that out. They're already used to it.
Yeah, I'd be like, they'll curse you out back if you say something like, oh, I love your hairy arms. Now you can't say I love your hairy arms. What?
Let's watch The Wolfman tonight.
Yeah. No, but anyway, I'm gonna cut all that out. So I don't know, maybe because I'm gonna talk about Nicole Eggert and all this stuff. Anyway, let's get to this episode of Tales from the Crypt. It originally split personality, like I said, season 4, episode 11. It aired August 26, 1992. It stars Joe Pesci as the main star. It was written by Fred Dekker, and I will say Fred Dekker, I forgot, he wrote the an All Through the House episode, and then he wrote the other episode we didn't like with the hot girl, Lois Lane, Terry Hatcher.
Oh, from what?
Terry Hatcher.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
From the
I
grave.
remember the name of the episode.
The thing from the grave.
Thing from the grave.
So that episode we didn't like, and then he wrote this episode. So I'm like, oh, Fred Dekker, he could redeem himself, right? Because he had one bad one. In my opinion, a lot of people love that episode.
He had a few other good ones besides that one. I think he wrote 5 episodes. I'm looking right now. There's Only Sin Deep. He wrote the Lower Berth.
I didn't like Lower Berth either.
It's all right. And then this one, Split Personality.
Yeah.
Which I was looking forward to talk with you for a long time. I know
this was
hyping it up myself to watch this one. For instance, I got into this show. I
haven't seen this one in years. Like I said, the other time I was playing, I was recording it, and something came up, and I was like, I remember, I know this movie, I know the whole thing. So watching it now, I liked it, and I will say, this is what I'm gonna say about this episode. Why don't you tell us? Give us the synopsis first.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the stars Joe Pesci. He plays a character named Vic, and he's like a small-time con artist. He's got 3 big goals in life. We'll find out in this episode. 1, stay out of trouble with the law. Make that one con big enough to set him up for life, and have sex with twins. So after kind of deceiving some twins later on in the episode, he's going to discover a dark secret of their own. So that's kind of the tease for this episode.
Yeah, because the actual synopsis on IMDb is this. A swindler Jack loves money and twins. One day he meets rich twins that show interest in him. That's it. I mean, that was like what? Like what a terrible.
Not as great as mine, but hey.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I should go to get the book, like the critique of Crypt does. Critique of the Crypt. Whatever.
Critique. I remember he was looking through
the box.
They gave like a little summary on the
on the box
from the Crypt DVD. Yeah.
Yeah, I should go. I won't do
Which
that.
most of the time are better descriptions than what they give you on IMDb when we go on here.
Yeah,
we just get all the casting and credits on here.
Yeah, but for this episode, it was directed by Joel Silver, and it was directed by Fred Dekker. I mean, it was written by Fred Dekker and directed by Joel Silver, and this was Joel Silver's only thing he's ever directed. And I want to say, for a Tales from the Crypt episode, I think they spent a lot of money on this episode. For one reason, besides Joe Pesci, I think they spent money because I don't think we watched all these episodes. There's this much music. There's licensed music.
Yeah, some licensed music. Yeah, like we'll get to it when it comes up. But I know that I think the first song was a Nat King Cole song, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, straighten up and fly right is what I had in my notes. Straighten up and fly right.
That was in the beginning.
It's some good music in this episode. Yeah,
that's exactly what I put. It's like the music's on point in this episode, like throughout the whole thing. I'm like, damn, the music's great. I like Katerina. I was like,
that one was a good one. That's Perry Cuomo, I think it was. Yeah,
Perry Cuomo.
Yeah. Perry Cuomo. I think of the Mambo song from Howard Stern reference and Ronnie the limo driver. They were making fun of him because he was wearing that cologne, cologne named Mambo or something.
Yeah, that's what I wrote in my notes. The first thing I want to say is that this episode. Oh, this is something else. I also want to say before we start talking about the episode, everything is set up. Everything is set up, like from the beginning. This is the most bizarre. Like they do that in the scripts. They'll say something like, "Today the faculty was on the background," and Jon Stewart's character says to Salma Hayek, he says something. He goes, "Ugh, why don't you just stick a pencil in my eye?" And then later in the movie, they stick a pencil in his eye. Like things get set up, it's brought in the beginning, and then they bring it back in the episode. Happens all the time, especially in these Tales from the Crypt. Used to happen all the time. Now TV shows and things, I think it doesn't happen that much anymore. But it used to be. They used to set up. They used to be set up for a reason. Everything's happening for a reason.
I guess, huh?
Yeah. But this episode is every single scene is set up. I'm like, wow. Like what's the number? The card. So it starts out in the casino.
2. Yeah.
Yeah. It starts out in the casino. Guys playing blackjack. It's Burt Young, Mickey from Rocky, and he's a fantastic actor. He was great in Sopranos. He was great in what was it? The Pope of Greenwich Village. That's another movie I don't think you've ever seen. You should see that one too.
Oh yeah, I'll put it on my list.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of great stuff, and then you mentioned he was just mainly known for Paulie. In Rocky, but wasn't he in? He was in. I know he was in the Dangerfield movie, Back to School. I always somehow.
Oh yeah, with the ladybugs, right? With the not Back to School. Yeah, Back to School. He was.
He was in college. He might have been in. It might have been Ladybugs too. Yeah, he was like his friend or his like muscle. His muscle.
No, he wasn't Ladybugs, but he was in Back to School. Yeah, he's great. It
was cool seeing him in there, and we get a cameo from Joey Pants. He was the blackjack dealer.
Yes, that's another one. Joey Pantalone.
I like when they used to. I don't know if we see this often after this, but I know there's some episodes you see the same actors from other episodes show up, like in a small role. I think it's like that one episode where with the reporter, he was like that character was at the bar, the bartender too. I think he was in another one before. That guy was like in Total Recall, but I know there's been a few instances where some of them show up as another character. Like I'm sure.
He was in the first episode of Tales from the Crypt. The man who was death. He was the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not in this episode. I didn't see him in here.
No, but like I guess I was bringing up an example of another episode prior to this a while back.
He was in. You know what else he was in? He was in The Switch. He was the doctor in The Switch. That's what he was. That guy you're talking about. He was in The Switch, and he was in the first episode as the bartender.
Yeah, so that's what I like what they were doing here and there, that they would have characters or actors, I mean, show up as different characters. So this was cool to see at least Joey Pan show up in this one.
Yeah. So Burt Young is sitting at the pool table, the blackjack table, and he's like, these chips, they're $5, right? And he's like, no, they're 50. And he goes, oh, I didn't mean to put them all in. They're on the table. That's it. Like, it's done. You can't take them off. No, but you don't understand. My kid, he can't take care of himself. Like, I don't have that kind of money. My kid's he can't take care. Like, so basically, his son's like mentally disabled.
He said he had a problem with his kidney because insurance won't cover his medical bill.
Surgery. Yeah.
Yeah.
So got another problem on top of that. And he goes, well, you know, you got to make a move. You have 18. The dealer could have 20. What do you want to do? And then he's like, no, but I don't want it or whatever. So Joe Pesci comes over, and Joe Pesci's playing a character like Joe Pesci, but like 10 times more Joe Pesci. I mean, I shouldn't say like Joe Pesci, because everyone assumes that's Joe Pesci, but Joe Pesci's a really good actor. You know, so if you've seen,
I mean, more so what you're used to him seeing.
Yeah, because of My Cousin Vinny and Goodfellas, and like, but like if you watch Casino, and you hear his voice, and he's doing a Kansas City accent. He won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. He's a good actor. You know, he plays but he's playing the New York gangster or New York whatever. He kind of sounded like he was from Chicago a little bit. His voice, his accent didn't sound like New York. It sounded more like Chicago. But he's a really talented actor. He started out late in his life acting, but he's great. So he comes in, he's being that character, but to the umph degree, because he's also a con man sleazeball. That's what he is. So he tells him, go ahead, hit it. You're going to have a 2. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you, I bet you $100. And I'm thinking like, bro, you just spent like, I don't know how many thousands of dollars on that table. And you're going to take a deal with this idiot for $100? I wouldn't have done it. I would have lost probably.
No, I wouldn't have done it either. But he's like, oh, what I got to lose besides this other money?
All this money, yeah. And then he does it, and then he gets 20. And he stays and he wins. He gets I think it was $10,000 he won. They don't say.
Yeah, I think it was something to that extent, because he's pretty much, you know, he was eyeing him over at the bar. He was kind of listening in on his conversation with the dealer, and I think I forgot what the term they used, because we'll talk about the comic too. But it's like you said, he's Joe Pesci, but also like he's always like trying to you know, sweet talk you, sweet talk you. He's got the silver tongue, or I didn't mention it in the comic. They call him like honey dipped or honey sweet tongue or something like that.
Yeah,
that was the term I was trying to think of. But yeah, I think he won 10K from that, and then as anything, he's kind of like talking to him some more, and he's bringing up like he's not in the best financial shape. He mentioned, and he tells him that he's got like a inside line about no risk, tax free, limited partnership.
Yeah, I wrote
so
that.
it's like
too.
investing is money, which is the minimum is 10K. So which is, I think, is what he won.
Yeah, but he goes,
for Young's character.
So you keep that money. Write me a check.
Mm-hmm.
They writes him a check for 10,000. He cashes it right that second. He cashes it.
Right in the casino. He cashed it.
And then he goes to.
I'll take it in hundreds.
Yeah. Then he goes to. But you know what I like about that scene? He doesn't. He calls him. Cool. He doesn't call him his name. He goes, "Let me tell you something, Dan." And he goes, Don. And he keeps on. And then he gives him, "We're family. What do you think about that, Don? I mean, Dan." And he goes, "Don." And then you see him give him the check after he cooks. Like, it's already letting you know he's such a sleazebag. This is a pitch that he's always done. He doesn't pay attention to you because you're not worth his time. You're just a mark. Like, he doesn't care. The money's what he cares about. So he's going to give you this story. He goes like, "I just want you to know that I'm not really all that financially sound myself. And I have the opportunity to bring this investment or whatever, you know." So he's like, I know we'll have enough money that you can have you can have a wad to take care of your kids' surgery, whatever. And he goes, so he does it, cashes it, and then you see him at the hotel, right, with a girl. And he starts yapping and yapping. He's telling all these things. His favorite number is 2. And that was the number 2 that was dropped earlier that won the game. That's his lucky number. He loved the movie The Parent Trap with the 2 twins. This is what I was saying. He keeps talking all this stuff, and then she goes, what did she say? She says, Are you gonna? Are you
Yeah,
gonna,
you're gonna.
are you gonna have sex with me? Or are you paying? Or you did you pay to bag me or to tell me your whole life story? And then he just gets pissed, throws the money in her face, and goes, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! I pay you to be whatever." I was like, "That's a good. I pay you to be whatever." And then she just stays there.
Yeah, he went
doesn't
full
move.
Pesci on that
Yeah.
girl. Yeah, give him
they-
that casino slap.
Yeah, and then he's laying there. He goes, "Let's talking again." But I think they cut a scene out because he's talking about he likes the twins and all this stuff, and then it just cuts to him
It's like the
driving.
ceiling fan. He's him staring at the ceiling fan, and then like it quickly transitions to him in driving.
Yeah.
I want. It's funny, like that line about he was like popping a chair, popping his bone, Woody for Haley Mills. But you look, remember Haley Mills, right, from Parent Trap from the '60s? I looked her up. It's like, what? I don't
he was a
know.
kid too,
I don't know
then.
if I would. I guess yeah, but I guess for kid standards, it's
Yeah,
different.
he was a kid too. It's like us me saying Topanga. Like I was like, oh my god. Like Nicole Eggert. Me saying I was younger than her, so me saying like I was
Oh, right.
attracted to a 16-year-old girl on the show because I was young. I was like 6 or 8. I was watching Charles in Charge. I was like, this show is so amazing and funny, and she's so hot.
That's true. Yeah, I just thought it was funny the way he was telling.
Yeah,
the
looking
story.
back now, it's weird because, but no, they were the same age. He's probably the same age as Joe Pesci. Actually, Joe Pesci's probably old because Joe Pesci's old. He started out much later in life. Anyway, yeah, it goes to driving, and he's driving a red BMW, and he's got a red suit on. What I'm saying I think is missing is him setting up, like telling her. So I got he starts talking about liking twins, and it just cuts to this scene. It doesn't say like I got this inside info about these rich girls, nothing. Like they just cut to him driving a sleeves bag BMW, nice BMW, 325i, I think, red. He's got a red suit on. He's singing Katarina. Love this. I'd never heard that song before in my life, and when I heard it, I was like, I love
great.
this song. And then what happens? 2 cats run in front of the car.
Yeah, black
And
cats.
that's what makes him swerve. But the 2 cats, I think, I'll tell you later, I think he ran over one of them. So anyway, he swerves, the tire pops, he almost crashes his car. And he's like, God damn it. But then he's right there in front of his house with the 2, there's the 2 identical fancy luxury cars. And he's looking at it, and then he starts walking up. So it's like, they present this scene like it was an accident. Like he didn't mean to stumble upon this house, because right after he walks up and we get the most infamous scene, the meme scene that everyone uses.
Yep.
He's walking up and he sees the house.
It's great.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
This is a real house too. I looked it up. I saw there was a Facebook post I found of Fred Dekker talking about this house. It's called the Bowler House. It's in Rancho Palo Verdes, California, and it looks different than what I guess they changed. They must have added effects to it, because like it's just this. It doesn't look like this color. Fred Dekker's supposed to seem like Joel Silver was a fan of this house. That's why they ended up filming here.
I love that line.
It's
That
cool
might have
house.
been improvised then. Joe Pesci would have been like,
I have a
what
feeling,
the
yeah.
fuck is this piece of shit?
I have a feeling that definitely improvised.
Yeah, but that's that. I was when I remember, I was like, oh my god, that's a meme that's been popular for years, right? And it's from Tales from the Crypt. Like it's hilarious. It's like a lot of these memes that come out most of the time, but I don't know how the Tales from the Crypt one made it, because you can't find Tales from the Crypt anywhere, right? But like most of the time, it was like HBO or Netflix or something will have a movie that's an old movie that people haven't seen in a long time. They watch, and then there's something in the movie that becomes a meme, kind of like Blue Velvet, where the Dennis Hopper scene.
Let's fuck! I'll fuck anything that moves!
That became a meme because it was on HBO Max, so people got to see it.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, it just ends up like still living on in the zeitgeist in a way, just online through a meme. It just brings a whole new life. I remember I've been seeing that for a while, and then when I got into the show, watching this show, and I saw it, I was like, oh, that's the meme. I was like DiCaprio. I was like, oh, pointing at the TV.
Yeah, you're the one that reminded me about, like, you're like, oh, this. I was like, what are you talking about? And then you said, I was, oh, it's from there. I was like, that's crazy. I didn't know that, but yeah.
Yeah, full circle, just like this episode. You know, the two, everything in twos, and
I'm trying to get this to become a meme.
You fucking whore!
I want that to be a meme. It took a long
yeah,
time.
I gotta start making one, and just post it out, throw it out there. But yeah, he just lets himself through the patio door of the house.
So he goes in, he's looking at the house inside, right? And then he goes and he looks at this billboard and it says showing the house. It's kind of weird, but then again, they're eccentric, right? So the guy's name is a picture of the house and the architect that built the house. And then you see Joe Pesci. I thought this was so hilarious. I laughed out loud, literally.
I think this was improvised too.
Yeah, right? I think so too. Joe Pesci. Also, do you know who it is in the picture?
Yeah, like he mentioned
no,
the picture.
not the guy's name, who the real person is. So this is it.
No, I don't know who the real guy is.
So he looks at the picture, he goes, Etchinson Dobbs Blair.
Yeah.
What a goofy looking fuck he was, right? So I started laughing so hard.
Yeah, that's a great line.
It's Richard Donner. It's a picture of Richard Donner.
Oh shit, that was him. That's great. That's like
what a doofy looking fuck he was. And then June comes in the please don't move. The girl. I will say they tried to make them look like gross because like they make them like pale, and then they made their teeth yellow. Because I remember my mind took me back to when I actually saw it. Because in this version, you see their teeth don't look that yellow, but they were yellow. They were real yellow. So it was kind of like when you watched it on TV, on live TV back then. You're like, ugh, how's he kissing them?
It looked more yellow, like yellow, corn color yellow.
Corn color yellow. Yeah, but my version it didn't look that yellow. But I remember vividly, like, no, those teeth were yellow. So.
Good catch, because I didn't know it was Richard Donner, so that's a good catch.
Yeah. So she goes, this is June. She's holding the gun at him, and then he's like, oh, calm down. I got into an accident. I just want to use a phone. Because she's like, how the hell did you get in here? And he doesn't even tell her that the door was open. And all of a sudden, this is why I think the K killed the cat. So then April comes in with the cat, with a black cat. Only one.
It was only one, yeah.
So I think she killed the other cat. I think he ran over it. Like he turned the car. Doesn't
yeah,
he
it's
might
like
not.
little things there. I feel like you could easily miss it. I could see that after rewatch that scene. But yeah, it didn't show it. But yeah, I mean it's good that you noticed, because I remember seeing that black cat. He's talking, he's trying to wine, wine and dine them and trying to get in their good graces. But I love cats, but you don't like cats. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like. So when he sees both of them, and he's like scratching his head, like, what? Like, is he pretending for them? Because like we don't get the setup. We don't know that he was like. I'm positive there's a scene where he tells that stripper, because it cuts back to him and the stripper.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's interesting, because the editing was done in a way where he was telling a story, but like it kind of don't make sense until what happens at the end. So it's almost like he was reminiscing and of him meeting the twins at some point. Yeah, that was an interesting catch there, the way that they edited the episode.
But I think because there's also, when he's with the stripper, it's supposed to be, because this is the thing in the comic, it kind of tells you, like, he spends a week away from the girls before he switches to whatever. So
yeah, that could have been a time in when he was away. That
exactly, but like even now the episode started at the casino, he already met the girls. He's at the casino. That's why he's telling but that he should have been telling her, whatever. It doesn't matter. The episode's still fine without this, but it just didn't make sense. Yeah. But they try to make it make sense anyway. So, like you said, Pesci is sweet talking them. He's like, I need a tow truck, and he pretends like But that's the thing. He starts telling him everything about the guy. But he says, he says, what a goofy looking fuck he was. And then when the girls come out, he's like, oh, I think this is a great 17th, whatever, all these things about the architecture. He's one of the finest architects or whatever. And then she goes, you know us, you know daddy, all these things. And then he's like, oh, sure, whatever. And then they start talking and he's whining and dining them and then, sweet talking them. And then they go, Yeah, like you didn't know we were worth $1 billion. And back then, $1 billion. Now $1 billion is a lot.
Yeah.
In the 90s, it's like a trillionaire.
A lot more. Yeah, a lot more. Yeah.
So he's like, oh no, or whatever. And then we see Biggie Smalls comes to the door. And he's like, hello, I'm the tow truck. He's like, oh damn, you gotta ruin everything. And that guy did look like Biggie Smalls. I'm not being racist.
I was gonna say, was that really him? Because I already missed the Fred Dekker cameo. So for all I know, not Fred Dekker, Richard Donner cameo. I probably thought I missed a Biggie showing up here in this episode.
He's like, oh, hold on, I show you. I gotta show you my screen. Oh, let me show you.
Yeah, so basically, they inherited the father's fortune since. So each one of them has $1 billion. So 2. Here's another instance of the 2.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, if you weren't, it does look like him.
Biggie, can't you see?
Sometimes words
just hypnotize me, bro. He's got everything, even the one lazy eye.
I mean, they had they had the boxer show up earlier in the series. As a cameo, as the Gravedigger, or was it?
Oh yeah. Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah.
Was it or Leonard? I don't know which one was.
Yeah, he was. So I mean, it wouldn't be surprising because we've had already a few celebrity cameos on the series.
Hold on. So listen to this.
Could you imagine?
You like cats?
Do I like cats? Are you
Ooh.
kidding? Sometimes I trust cats more than I do people.
That's for scratching my other
That's for
cat
killing
friend.
my brother. That's what he was like.
Yeah.
For a tow truck?
I knew it was too good to last.
A
And
Moulin
these
Yang
girls.
showing up.
Oh, by the way, I didn't get to talk about these girls. These girls are famous to me. Not to many people, but to me, they're famous.
Oh, let me
I'll
know.
say-
Hit.
The first time I saw them, because I'm like, I know them, and I think they're kind of attractive. I'm into brunettes, so. But they don't.
Quantum Leap.
Yes, in Quantum Leap. I have to mute it because Universal copyrights everything. So.
Oh damn.
But they'll even copyright this, showing it like this. So.
Oh right.
I'll still have to fight it.
Oh, I guess we fell asleep.
We?
I thought you had forgot about us.
I just got a little sidetracked.
So he
twins
banged
of the
both of
Oh,
them.
did you come and get back
Whoever
on
he
track?
was in this episode.
That would be great.
He's like
He's
a
banging both of them.
football player.
Yeah, he plays a football player.
Nice.
How do we go back to this? Oh, yeah, stop sharing. Oh yeah, he
Yeah, they're
leaps
pretty
into a football
attractive
player.
twins.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're cute. But so I forgot. I didn't even look up their names. Sorry, girls. I didn't even, like. I just think
yeah.
you're hot. Didn't look up your names. No offense.
Jacqueline and Kristen Citron. Yeah, Citron, Citron.
Hold on.
Well, yeah, all of them, their names too. Pesci had a little sweet joke with them. So they're both named April and June. It's like, where's May?
What happened to May? Right?
Yeah, what happened to May?
he's so
good in this episode.
He's so good because he's every version of Pesci you love. Like he's
Yeah.
like he's like, oh, he's just great. He's just fucking fantastic. He gave you everything.
He's got a good riz game on this one.
He goes, what
As
happened?
the kids say.
What happened to May? I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, so the whole movie, the whole episode from here on in is him rizzing them up, taking them out, and they're into him. And this is what I have a problem with the script. Kind of. Is that they're into him. They're already sharing him. He's banging both of them. He ends up banging both of them, right? Like they were willing to just do this, and after he married one of them, they were still banging him. I think. Well, no, not yet. But they would have. I think they would have. I don't think it mattered.
Yeah, I think they
Because
would have.
He told one of them he
I
loved
think
them more.
they were commenting about like, yeah, how they wish there was like another one of him.
Oh,
two of him.
He's in bed again with the hooker, and he goes, I'm ready to marry. I can marry any one of them, but I only get half of their money because they have their will set up that it's 50-50. One that can't make a decision without the other. So if he marries one of them, he only gets half of the money, and he wants all of it because he's a greedy bastard.
Which is funny, like you said. Yeah, I mean, that was $1 billion back then. It was worth a lot. He would have been good, but he's extra greedy.
So he decides, he comes up with the plan. He goes, the only way I could do it is if there was 2 of me. And then he goes to this
Twin
scene.
brother?
I know it seems like a stupid coincidence. I guess I was embarrassed to bring it up till now.
Where is he? What's his
Yeah.
name?
His name is Jack.
Yeah,
He's in
right.
South Africa. We have some pretty important holdings there, and business demands that one of us stay there at all times. So he stays there a month, I spot him the next, and so on. And we trade off.
Does this mean you're leaving?
I'm afraid so. But it's only for a month. Besides, look, my brother will be home in a few days. I already told him about you two. Maybe he could drop around for a little visit. But I must warn you, though, he's a little more outgoing than I am. He's not as educated or well-spoken. You know, he talks about California jokes.
I laughed so hard when he said that. I thought that was one of the funniest scenes.
Yeah, just like the comic. He had a brother, fake twin brother
Yeah,
that
but
works out in South Africa.
I just started laughing. Yeah, the whole thing is. See, this is another thing I wanted to bring up that somebody was mentioning. Oh, they said that this was the first. I think it was for King of the Road. Somebody commented like, you said that this was the first episode that was original, and with the original title. But there were episodes that they used the title and there was original stories. And I go, not really. So far, even till now, the only episode that has been totally original has been King of the Road. Besides that, every episode, even if it has the name of a comic book, it's pretty. They say they say the writer said they just used the name. No, they used parts of the story because this is almost exactly like the original story.
For this one, yeah. I feel like there was one episode
What's
that
Cooking?
had
What's
the
Cooking?
had the same name, but it wasn't the
What's
same
Cooking.
story. Yeah.
It was What's Cooking, and What's Cooking, and What's Cooking. What's I gonna say? What's Cooking? Anyway, and What's Cooking. And What's Cooking, it's the element, the idea of a guy coming in and saying he was going to fix their business and make money and become a partner. That's the only thing they kept. They changed everything else. They made it from Chicken Shack they made it to squid and then to steak. And it was cannibals. In the comic, it was chicken. And then they got mad. They killed the guy and he became a zombie. And then he killed them. One fried one and boiled one or whatever. That was that comic. It was okay comic, but this was the original. The other one, I think, I forgot about the seance. I think that one, I don't know. I don't remember that comic. But the other one was.
I know there was. I think there was another example that you might be thinking of too. But generally, probably about 95% of the time, it's usually based off a comic. But those were exceptions. Like King of the Road was an exception. It's just stuff. It's just something they threw in the season, just extra content because they were hoping to, or they knew it wasn't going to get picked up for a new series.
Yeah.
Based off the Two-Fisted Tales.
Yeah. So he told them that he has a twin, and he's like, I should have told you sooner. I wasn't thinking about it. And, they're like, brother. But you see how excited they get. And then he goes, I told him to come by. What does that mean? They're like. By the way, on top of that, they're like all excited, like, oh, good, we could fuck. Because earlier he told the stripper, like, oh, these two girls are like nuns, but once you got them in the sack, boy, it's because they're sexually deprived. They don't go out. According to the comic, we know they don't go out. So they were like animals when they have sex with him. So he was like, it's fantastic. I'm having the time of my life. And now I got to share them with myself because he's going to be himself again. But his libido is intense because later they talk about him and they go, oh my God, he could go for hours or whatever. like, wow, Pesci.
Damn.
You tell the writers to make sure you write down in the script that I'm a good lover and I fuck all night long. You understand me? Do you understand me, Mr. Fred Dekker? That's right. But he comes back in.
It's funny because it's so random. I think he said he has like a Californian dialect, right?
Yeah, he says my brother isn't as smart.
Isn't as smart as me.
No. Is he say he's
not as well articulate or something like that.
He goes
Well spoken.
yeah, 50 rule. He would have been better off saying he. Yeah, that's I wrote this. I said this doesn't make sense. The whole idea 50-50 thing too. I mean, it's just TV show, okay? But in real life, it's not gonna work. Because you're gonna say, Mister, let me see your social security. You don't got one of those. You're fake. This is not a real person. It's you pretending to be this. Yeah, you're going to jail. He would have been better off saying
him, he might have forged an ID or something.
And they could have just done it that he wanted to be with both of them, and they had this weird relationship where he was like a Mormon type deal or whatever. Like he's married to one, but by law, but in the house he's married to both. And that they could have wrote, I don't know, but he needed it legally. But that wouldn't work legally because your guy doesn't exist, bro. There's no whatever. It doesn't. So it didn't. Whatever. It's a TV show. So I don't want to sound crude, but he was banging both of them. They were both into him. They didn't mind sharing him. They just wish there was more.
Could have been happy. He could have gotten. He could have benefited at least.
Yeah.
So from that whole 2 billion share, just being with them.
He goes, he's a little more outgoing than I am, and he's not as educated as him. I was like, bro, this is fucking. He's not educated. So he comes in. This is the scene that broke my memory to remember everything.
Yeah, this one was great too. Full Pesci.
Whoa, ladies. Vic told me you were a couple of radical babes. But I must confess to being totally stoked and overwhelmed.
He sounded the same. He doesn't even have an accent.
Stupid.
He didn't even have like a Keanu. He was trying to do like a Keanu Reeves Californian accent. Nuts.
Totally stoked. He's got a ponytail. That's the difference.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. He kind of look like Dennis, like dressed like Dennis Hopper, but he's got a ponytail and it's funny.
It's great.
I love that. But so he ends up marrying the other one. So he gets married to one and the other, and they're having the time of their lives. And then there's another scene I laughed my ass off. So I'm gonna find this. Let's see if I can find this picture so I can share this picture. So there's a TV show, right? So this is another setup, right? So he's in the pool, and they're both watching him. And all of a sudden, there's a guy. What do you see? The chainsaw. Is setting up the chainsaw. And he's cutting the tree branch. And then he goes.
Foreshadowing.
He goes, "Hey, Charlie Chan." So I fucking started cracking up so hard because this was Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan was a white guy pretending to be Chinese. It was a famous fucking movie or serial. Like they had little mini movies. So that was Charlie Chan. So he said, and I know because my dad had a Charlie Chan like VHS.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, reference. Charlie Chan. So this was
but it looked like it was actually
that's his
Asian
son.
guy.
He actually did have an Asian son. Like he married an Asian woman and he had a kid. But he was a white guy pretending to be, to be Asian. He was a detective. It was like, and he was very it was very kind of because mister. Like it was so fucked up shit, right? So
yeah, like Mickey Rooney in that one movie, the Breakfast at Tiffany's.
But he calls him Charlie Chan. I was like, because I didn't hear it the first time, so it was the second time I'm watching to take notes. I just started laughing so hard because I remember Charlie Chan. And I was
it's like a landscaper
shit.
With the chainsaw. I gotta say, that's probably the first time I've seen an Asian landscaper, to be honest.
Oh, hey! Shut that! Charlie Chan, excuse me, I don't mean to intrude, but I like to catch a few Z's over here. It's okay? You don't mind, do you go play someplace else, okay? Sorry. See? Nice and quiet, calm, serene. It's beautiful. Thank you very much.
Charlie Chan, trying to catch a couple Z's.
Life's a bitch, ain't it, Wong?
So while he's here, he lays down and they're talking about him and that they wish that they both could be here. That one didn't have to leave with the other, and then his shirt gets thrown over the robe gets thrown over his back. So there's a strip, the one that you tie around yourself. So while he's getting a tan, he gets a white, he's got sunburned back, but he's missed that one mark
He's got like a white patch on his back where a robe was laying on him when he was getting the tan.
Yeah.
Just like the comic.
Just like the comic, exactly like the comic. So then the sister's like, Jan or April, one of them, she's like, why can't I go with you to South Africa? I was thinking about that. I was like, wait, why would they say, hey, why can't I'm your husband, we could just go? You wouldn't like it. Both of them wouldn't like it. They both saying they want to go. But see, that's a mistake too, because they were not outgoing. So he made them outgoing because they stood home all the time. They didn't go anywhere. So he told them they wouldn't like it. She goes, honey, you're back. And he goes, oh yeah, I got a little bit of sunburn. Oh, so then he leaves. And then the other one comes back, and then they're talking about how sex was last night. Goes, oh my God, he tied me up or whatever. It was so incredible. And she goes, Vic does that too. Really? Yeah. Oh, he came home with the cutest little patch, sunburnt patch. He goes, what? When he left, he had, and then she's like, they look at each other like, what the fuck? So while he's in the shower, they're watching, and they see the patch, and they're both like, oh, that bastard. Is that when they knock him out?
They go to he's taking a shower, and then they go into his room where he's showering, and they find the ponytail. Which is like, why would you leave it there? Make it so obvious? But
I know,
at the risk of it. But yeah, that's when they found out that he was duping them. It's the same guy.
Yeah.
And married both of them.
And they get mad, which is kind of like, I don't know why they would be mad.
Just the deception part of it mainly. But like he just got too greedy. Like he could have made it out. Yeah, he could have made it out. But also maybe at some point it may not have worked out due to what the twins say later on. But yeah, he gets out of the shower, and then he somehow finds a drawer full of newspaper clippings, and he finds out about their dad's death.
Yes.
And that the twins were questioned and tried, but they were acquitted of the murder. And that's like where he gets knocked out by the twins.
I will say what doesn't make sense though is that she finds the ponytail, but then he comes out of the shower, like, so he was in the shower without the ponytail on.
It didn't look like he had it on.
But then they wouldn't know if they went in the shower. Yeah.
I think it was just his disguise. It was his Vic disguise. Or
no, because he was in
his Vic look. Oh, was he?
No, because he comes out of the shower. Well, he wasn't his Vic look, but he should have been in the shower as Vic, because Vic is there. Vic should go in the shower with the ponytail, right? He's got a pony. Why would he put it in his pocket? If the sister his wife comes upstairs, what the fuck? You cut your ponytail? Oh yeah, I totally decided it was a good idea to cut my ponytail off.
Yeah, he could have swinged it.
Yeah,
he could have made that work, but there the sun patch thing gave him away. So
yeah,
so he was done for.
He goes to. You were saying he finds all the newspapers.
Yeah, so he finds out more information about. Yeah, we find out along with him, through the newspaper clippings that the daughters were questioned, they were tried, and ultimately acquitted of his murder. And he gets knocked out by the twins, and they tie him to one of the beds, and he Vic pretty much just kind of admits that, or no, they admit to Vic, that they killed their father.
Well, he goes,
twins.
He goes, so yeah, I married both of you because I loved you. What was I supposed to do? I wanted to be with both of you. And then they're like, not buying it. I will say they're wearing one of the sexiest things.
Sexy lingerie.
I was like,
going on here.
I was like, oh Lord, why do you do this to me? Even these TV shows are kind of crazy. So they have her like this, like both of them.
Yeah, like that 90s, old lingerie.
I want to be like Jerry Lewis right now. Ladies, hey ladies. This just feels like a 60s type of film, but look at that outfit. My God, Maron. Yeah, they were hot. They try to make them look gross, and it was like. And then I will say they walk away, and they have one of them walks away. I forgot which one he tells to walk away, and she's got like a little flat butt. But I'm like, I could deal with flat butts because I like Britney Spears, so. I'm alright with the flat booty.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say no comment. Just-
I could deal
no,
with it.
yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like he
It was so
they
hot.
meant-
That's that outfit. I don't know why they would wear
Okay.
that outfit.
getting all distracted.
It
Yeah, I
looked
mean,
so good.
I don't know why they were wearing it. They just did because
It's so hot. It
Because
was
why not?
so
right?
hot. I can't
This
even
is
say
Tales
it
from
was
the
so-
Crypt.
It was so hot. Anyway, he's like,
Horror, sex, and gore. So this
He
is
goes-
part of it.
did I make you happy? So what difference does their effort make? You know, there's a lot of cursing because, you know,
Mhm.
and he goes, but I mean, even if you did, oh, he goes, I don't know anything about your father. He goes, I don't know anything about
Yeah.
your father. Oh, he's tied up. Again, they set it up. Vic loves to tie us up. Right? He does this thing where he ties us up. He does it all the time. Oh, he does it too. Now he's tied up. And then, as like he does to them. And then they go, he says, he goes, I don't know about anything about your father, but I mean, even if you did, like, I don't fucking care. It was no difference to me, whatever. And she goes, no, we did kill him. It's like we love sharing everything, but we're tired of sharing our father, so we killed him.
Yeah, that part, not too sure. Not too sure about, but like again, this is all set up in a way just to tie it up with the comic too. So, they pretty much they pretty much said, like you said, they were able to share him equally, and they get their revenge
Well,
on Vic in a way, and then they
but-
sliced him in half.
They make a good point, and the writer Frederick did a good job at this point because the speech that they give, they said we were tired of sharing our father. It was getting hard on us to have to share him. We didn't want to share him anymore. So
Yeah.
we, you know, which is what ends up. You think about it and you go, well, then they would have done the same thing to him because they would have got if he was gonna be the noble guy and not lie to them,
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, like I mentioned
they would have got
before,
tired of sharing
that-
him.
Yeah, that it wasn't gonna work out either way
Yeah,
because they don't like sharing.
but when you think about it, though, even the way it's set up now, they could have got tired of him because he was never having both of them at the same time. Like it was never like he could only be with one because he was pretending his brother is in Africa. So what they could have said, I'm tired of them. Let's kill them. And then they would have, you know, like they were killers. They're crazy bitches. They were great. It was fantastic. They're beautiful. So the last thing I would say is the scene. She gets the chainsaw that they foreshadowed, and then they're giggling while they go to cut him. This body special effect looked horrible. Joe Pesci's there like and then you could tell he's in the bed and the fake body.
like his lower body is like so wide for him, like he's under. It looked like he was under the bed or something.
No, he was
put
definitely
a,
under
like
the
they put a
bed.
hole. They put a hole in the bed, and you just see his upper torso under him through the bed, and then the fake wider, boxier looking lower half of him getting sliced up from bottom up. It was cool. It was a cool idea though. It was a cool scene, even though it didn't look the best, but it was
that part
I
looks
liked
stupid.
It.
That part looks. I think that part was
Blood-
stupid, but
the
they
blood part
did,
was cool.
they did the blood effect onto the
Mhm.
screen, and then what was great is because they set it up where again they go, Daddy designed this so that these two rooms are identical. They're a mirror image of each other, right? So that's why he go, oh really? And then he bangs. That's when he first bangs him. So what they do is one of the sisters is in the bed. May or June is in the bed with Joe Pesci, and he's like there, and she's like, she starts giggling and making like love to him. Then they go to the other room, but you see the shot is like both. It's like exactly, and it's one Pesci, and then both of them they finally have one. They have him,
Yeah, yeah.
but then they go to the camera, they go around so you can see the bed,
half
and
of
you see
them.
that was fantastic. I can't show that scene, the half of him where she's in bed and you just see half. I was like, that's a phenomenal. I did the special effects, fantastic job there. That looks so great. That looks so great. I can't show it
The
because
inside looks great, but the outside
Yeah,
it
the
doesn't
outside
look the
looks
best.
terrible.
It looks terrible, but the
the
inside where you see all
inside's-
the
blood.
blood and innards,
Yeah, great.
A1. That was
hey,
fantastic.
yeah, it was
And
like
then
it's,
the way they filmed it too was good.
and you've never seen. I don't know if you ever seen Return of the Living Dead, but they have like split dogs in there. But
Oh.
it's the split dogs are for like schools. Like if you go to veterinary school, they'll show you like a split dog, and they'll see the insides, how the organs are. So it
Oh,
comes
man.
to life in the movie because the chemical brings everything to life, and since that is a factory where they distribute bones and bodies and things, it comes to life. So you hear, "Ow, ow, ow, ow." So they go, what the hell's that noise? And then they see the dog is on the stand, the split dog. And he's like, and he's alive. And they go, oh my God. They try to kill it. And they go, arr, arr, arr. So, but that's what it looked like. But it didn't have blood. So the blood adds to this and makes it look fantastic. I bet you in HD, it probably looks terrible. It probably looks god awful, but here it looks pretty good. So I added him that.
It's awesome. Like, yeah, they just see the twins caressing his half, the blood stains on the sheets. Yeah, great way to end it.
And then the Crypt
got everything here.
Playing cards at the end. And
yeah, I mentioned at the beginning, but
I know you never do. That was your job, buddy.
I always
forget.
Your
job.
I had it written down too. What did he say? Let me see. He's still seated at the poker table. This now has a beating heart on it. And he slams it of the meat cleaver into the heart and stops beating. And then he says, "I guess old Vino Vic thought he could double his fun in his bank account. Too bad he was only half right. Oh well, it proves just the old saying: behind every bad man, there's two women with a chainsaw." So, kiddies, care for a little maim of chance? Yeah, it's cheesy, but it's all right. Dead I win, tails you ooze.
Let's show the comic for a quick second. It's not that identical to the show, and people want to say no, it's not. It is. It is identical. So, split personality. This is it. The only thing difference is like he's a regular con man. Mm-hmm. He's not a casino type of guy. He's swindling like old people out of their money.
Honey-coated. His honey-coated tongue.
Is that what they say?
Sweet talk. Yeah, it said.
Ed King ground his a cigarette.
More words. Honey-coated.
Yeah, honey-coated words dripped from his lips.
I like the way the writing, even on the comic, is so good.
I know, right? The comics.
They do a really good job at setting it. Set everything up, and just then you know who this guy is. And
yeah, so he goes to this house. He's just like going door to door. He's like the next season for episode 1, Death of a Salesman. That he goes door to door to sell con man. You know, I just saw that episode for the first time I think ever.
Yeah, it's a good one too.
And I was like, this is amazing. And I tried not to watch all of it, so I saw parts, but I was like, I'm in love. And I don't think it was the first time ever. I think I remember just seeing it one time. That's already my favorite of next season. 100. Like, there's no. I stood away, but I was like, oh my God, that episode was so badass because Tim Curry gets to play 3 characters. I'm like, that was so awesome. It was so awesome. The women, he does great. He does the girl and the mom, like fantastic. The father too, but like, anyway, that's a great episode. I can't wait. I can't wait. Anyway, he goes door to door. Somebody tells him that those girls they stay home all the time. They're millionaires, you know, blah, blah, blah. They got so much money. And then he's like, oh, he sees a cat in a tree and one of the sisters trying to get him out. He climbs a tree, gets the cat out. 20 minutes later, he's in their house. And he's talking with them. He's flirting with them. Same thing happens. They think they're in love. They both want him. And then he says, if there's 2 of me, you know, that's the only way it'll work. Of course, twins. Then he does tell them. And it's the same thing. South Africa. Everything is the same. So they didn't just take the title.
Yeah, they added a few scenes to it. They kind of...
They changed a little bit. I think they changed his name, right?
I like what they did with it, yeah.
Yeah.
The core of the story's there.
All of it, because even so he gets married to one, then he gets married to the other, and then she's your husband's gonna return, and then he does tanning at home. That's the difference, because he lives in the city. So yeah, he's got a tanning thing, a heating lamp, and then it messes his back. Oh, this is the one thing they do different. So when she sees that, they get nervous and they worry, and they go, well, maybe it can't be true. Maybe it's like, I don't know what they think, but they decide to put like bleach his head or makeup on the back of his head.
Yes, that's the different one. Yeah, this is cool too.
And then when he comes back, then again, you think somebody would have told him, because again, in the comic, he says he spends like a week between switching characters. I guess to get into character, he needs like a week. So it's about a week. So then he comes back and they see it, and these bitches flip out. And the funniest reason why, he made us bigamous. It was like, yeah, I'm sure that's why, you know, that's a terrible reason. You made us break the law. Yes, he must pay. He. and he will pay. He. What does it say? He made us bigamous somewhere over here.
Yeah, he did. They did say that right there in that first panel there, the bottom.
This one,
where it says he must pay.
The shame. It's so horrible. He made us bigamous. We took such. He took
That's a big
such
deal back
foul
in the 50s.
advantage. Oh yeah, right. Man, you know what? It was actually.
Mm-hmm.
I only know because of Quantum Leap, though. There was an episode of Quantum Leap where Sam leaped into a guy, and he's stuck in a hotel, and his family from one state came to see him, surprise him, and then his other family lives in that state, and he was like, so Sam had to maneuver this family, and then find, like, he says, you have to pick which family this guy has to be with. Al tells him, there's a 50-50 chance you're supposed to be with this one. There's a 50-50 chance you're supposed to do this one. But for the whole episode, he's trying to, and then at the end he goes, you know what? No. Sam decides, I gotta break this up, and he tells them both, and they both find out, and then he's like, wait, because Al's a playboy, like Al loves women, so like Al's looking at his handler, he goes, hey, you did it. I guess you weren't supposed to be with any of them because their lives are so much better now without you in them. Like, she becomes this, they're friends, and the kids are friends now, so everything's fine. He's like, you see, I told you, whatever. And then you hear, Daddy, and he turns around, and there's another family, and he goes, him and Al look at each other, he goes, oh boy. He leaps out. It was like, oh my god, this guy's got women everywhere. But I guess bigamy was a big problem in the 50s, but they use an axe to split him in half instead of a chainsaw in the comic, and they do look pretty great. This panel right here, yes,
Yeah,
he must
great.
pay. That's crazy. They did great. And then you look at the Crypt Keeper here, or the Vault, because this is Vault of Horror.
Yeah, Vault of Horror.
Issue
Yeah.
30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what would you
Good
give
story.
this episode?
Oh man, you're 5 out of 5. This is my favorite.
Yeah, I
It's one of
think
my
5 out of 5
favorite episodes.
too. Yeah, this season. Yeah, it really works. Everything works, and like I said, every single thing is set up from every scene.
There's no waste. There's no wasted scene. Everything's enjoyable, engaging, and builds up and foreshadows everything. And like even the smallest details you can easily miss. Just like you mentioned, it's great, it's solid.
And it's funny that this is only Joel Silver's only directing ever. He only directed this. He never directed anything else. He's known for producing everything. And he finally got, and I guess it makes sense because they all got together because he's a producer of Tales from the Crypt. So they all got together because they all loved these comics growing up, and they decided to make this show. So of course he's going to make one of the better episodes of the entire series. I mean, literally, this is 5 out of 5. This is one of the best episodes, in my opinion. Besides his pet, I mean, Pesci adds so much. All the music they spent so much money on music. It's great. The girls, I love looking at Anne. I'm like, wow, I'm in love. And I know they try to make them ugly, but they're not ugly girls. I love this episode.
Yes, perfect casting with Pesci in this, and full on Pesci in this one. Everything you could like about him, and
yeah, they got cameos by Joey Pants, and Burt Young is in this. You know, it was just such a
and the cameos.
episode.
Yeah, I mean it's enjoyable for us because like we're a big fan of Pesci and a lot of the work he's done. In the gangster genre, or just the gangster genre in general. Like we just see people from different things. So it's an extra bonus for us to enjoy to see these actors that we like in this episode.
And I love Joey Pants in Baby's Day Out. I think he's the phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's his best role he's ever done. So.
And yeah, absolutely.
And Burt Young is fantastic. And you should watch The Pope of Greenwich Village. Write that down. And if you people are at home never seen it, you should watch that movie too. The drama, not a horror. But anyway, yeah, that's it for us, guys. Long episode. Oh yeah, check it out. It's a good movie. It's long.
Check it out.
That's the movie where Eric Roberts goes, "Look what he did to my finger, Charlie. They took my finger, Charlie." Something like that. It's great. That's a good movie though. It's a real good movie. I never saw it. I saw it one time. You know, I'll tell you later. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Creeps of the Crypt. Remember, you can get those cool shirts that we had today. Obviously, I don't have. I was gonna wear my red one, which was and all through the house. Definitely check out Ghost Crusaders merch. You can find those cool shirts from Tales from the Crypt inspired t-shirts. Also, you can follow us on X at Creeps of Crypt, even though I don't really use it that much. Or you can follow us at Ghost Crusader TV, or you can follow Alan at Splinter47 on X, right?
Yep.
And
On
yeah,
Twitch too.
yeah, and you can follow us on YouTube and everywhere else. Just do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can just check
shout
out.
out to Cryptique as well. We like listening to him.
Yeah, I like listening to them. I think I did not listen to the last episode. It was funny because I was rewatching when our episode aired. I was like, four-sided triangle. I'm like, they're way past that episode now because they're going through them like hotcakes. So like, I forgot which is the one they just did, but I know it's let me see. Actually, I want to see this.
I have it on my list to watch because I like to listen to him in the background when I'm working. I don't remember the one that came out recently, but as of this recording, because by the time this comes out, there'll probably be a couple more episodes out. Oh, they did Corman's Calamity recently.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's old. Oh, did they? Was that the
Yeah,
one?
this is from 4 days ago. So 4 days ago our time.
Didn't I share them?
Yeah, Corman's Calamity.
Oh no, I did not share the new one. Oh, was that the one? I was
Yeah, that
listening
one's
to?
a good one too. I like that one.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. We'll plug them again. The Cryptique podcast, like Alan said. I like them. I think they're great. Like I said, the last review, like, we're a four-sided triangle that was just released, and now it's Corman's Calamity. It was like, yeah, we do monthly and we record way early, so it's hilarious. I told them too, like, I think it was that four-sided triangle. One of them, I was like, hey, we're gonna give you a shout out next month. They go, we'll be on the lookout. And it was like a whole month, literally a whole month later.
Yeah, they do the same as us. I think they were film
No.
a few of theirs in advance. I think they mentioned.
I don't think
I'm
so.
not mistaken.
Maybe, I don't know.
Leave it
All I
in the
know is-
comments.
All I know is that they're going through them like we did in the beginning. We kind of did. We're stretching these out, and now I'm kind of thinking like we should get through them. Like we should get through all.
Yeah,
of them.
early on we went through them like crazy because
Yeah.
we're getting pretty into them. At least the ones season 2 was a great season.
Season 1 was a great season. Isn't it bad so far?
No, it's a good season 2. It was shorter, but I like season 2 more because it's more episodes in that one. There's only 6 in season 1, but season 1 is still good.
Yeah.
Don't get me
episode's not
wrong.
this season's not that bad either. Actually, I only like dislike one.
No, it's not bad.
episode 2. I think I dislike 2. You really dislike like a few of them, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's this episode. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Peace.